Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. It is Monday morning. It is August 14th. Before we dive into the weather today, Lydia, just a quick reminder, you can find us every morning on Facebook Live. We go live about 8 o'clock. You can find us later in the day on your Facebook feed. You can also find us on our Inform YouTube channel and your favorite podcast platform as well, inform.com/podcasts. Just look for the Inform Minute. Today is going to be a little warmer, right?
Yeah.
Drier.
Drier.
Yesterday, all day long, I felt like
It was soggy.
Yeah,
It
just dreary.
moved in and then
Yeah.
it was off and on. We picked up, depends on what part of the metro you were in, around an inch west Fargo, a little bit more than that down toward Horace. South end of town, closer to Frontier, about 2 inches in that direction. Airport, NDSU, and here at the station, so close to downtown, 0.63. So a little less the further north that you went. Otherwise today, we're getting rid of fog right now. Mostly sunny, mild, not much wind. It's turning around to the west about 5 to 15 miles an hour, and temperatures into the 70s. Not too hot, not too cold, about 77 today here in town. So
Cool.
Nice day. We'll crank up the temperature tomorrow, mid 80s, a little more of a breeze out of the southwest, 10 to 20, so you'll feel that, you'll notice that. But that southwest wind and a mostly sunny sky is really pushing in the heat, and so mid 80s for tomorrow. And then I have a little bit of a pattern change coming. I think the jet stream shifts a little bit. That's going to bring warmer air up from the south and plop it on top of us. And we'll see lots of 80s. The rest of my 10-day forecast has 80s.
It's good because I have been very scared that we were
just
done.
like a decline.
That we were over with summer in the 80s, and I know you're not a big fan of the heat, a lot of people, but school, my kids anyway, they start not this week, next week though, already.
Yeah,
So
right
like
around
I
the
want a
corner.
little bit of hot summer before they go. But some years we do talk about it being too hot in classrooms.
Yeah,
So.
I have lots of 80s, so hopefully not too terribly hot. Friday, this coming Friday, is my hot day. Right now we're forecasting 89. So if you get a touch of humidity with that, it could easily feel like the mid 90s.
Yeah.
So we'll just watch that heat closely. There are a couple teeny tiny rain chances here or there. Next chance for rain I have Wednesday afternoon, maybe some thunderstorms. We'll kind of pin down the details and the location and if severe weather is anticipated as we get closer to Wednesday. Right now though, not a big widespread outbreak. So
Okay.
I have an article that's set to be published on Inform with a ton of rainfall reports. I mean, a ton.
Yeah, because who was the winner? There was a winner with a
Yes.
big amount. Or should we make them log in? And,
Yeah, maybe you should.
maybe you have to wait for her. But trust me, it's way more than we got in Fargo or West Fargo.
Yes.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot.
So I have been working my hiney off this
Yeah, she
morning to
has.
get rainfall reports. So
I'm like, the show is done. Can't we visit? And she's like, no, I'm still working.
I'm still busy.
my
Well, and
fault.
then they were super unorganized. So I try to put them in numerical order, so it just makes sense because I'm type A and I have to do that. So now I'm working on getting all of that sorted out. So
Well, appreciate your hard work.
hey,
Yes,
thanks.
we do.
Thanks. It is my job. I do get paid for this. So thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank you, Lydia.
Thanks.
All right, let's jump into some of our news headlines this morning. We're tracking a breaking story for you. An apartment complex fire happened this morning. It was actually in the garages. A car is destroyed. 3 garages are damaged because of fire. It happened at the France Apartments. They're just a couple blocks away from Barnes & Noble in Fargo. We talked to one of the battalion chiefs on scene, our WDAY crew, when he was there overnight, and they were called out around midnight is what we were told. They found the car fully engulfed and then had started spreading to the garages. The car was inside one garage, spread to 2 others. Luckily, they were able to knock down the flames pretty fast, like within about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Luckily, and also no one was hurt, probably because they acted so fast. We're still working to learn how that fire started.
Yep. All right, today some members of a small Minnesota town are planning to protest after the forced resignation of a longtime nursing home employee. People from Fertile are gathering at tonight's city council meeting in support of Angie Lighting. She worked at the city-owned Fair Meadow Nursing Home for more than 30 years. She claims city leadership forced her to resign from her administration role and then served her with a no trespass order as well. Now, we kind of told you about this story last week. Since this has all kind of taken place, the Stand With Angie campaign in that community has gotten 200 signatures demanding that the city reinstate her to her previous position. And now supporters are expected to gather outside the community center at 5:30 this evening, which is an hour before the city council meeting starts, to try to voice their opinion and frustration with the whole thing.
We talked about this a little bit this morning. It's been 1 month since that deadly police shooting that killed Officer Wallin in Fargo. And we know now today, anytime you hear about something like that, you prepare for the absolute worst, and the worst happened in Fargo. Well, today, active shooter training, preparing for the worst possible scenario, is happening at a school in Steele County, North Dakota. We've been covering quite a few of these in the area recently. This one will take place this afternoon. We do know it can be kind of a scary scene. Local volunteers are going to be there pretending like they have injuries to make it seem like real life. Fake weapons are used, no live rounds or anything like that. But of course, if you're in the area, you see it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty intense.
That's for sure. This morning, a Casselton teenager is now able to recover at home after falling in the Grand Canyon. This is a huge story that's gotten national traction.
Yep.
Saw it on GMA
Led-
this morning.
yeah, in their
things.
headlines.
So, Wyatt Kaufman was taken to a Las Vegas hospital after a fall. It happened earlier this month on August 8th. He actually just got released from the hospital over the weekend on Saturday. The 13-year-old was trying to move over near the lip of the canyon to let some others have a look and get by when he slipped and fell. The fall caused 9 broken vertebrae, a concussion, a ruptured spleen, collapsed lung, a broken hand, a dislocated finger. I think they said he fell about 100 feet. Thank goodness he's still with us.
Oh, I know,
and
it's
on
a
the road
miracle
to
he's
recovery. Apparently headed back home to North Dakota. So.
Yeah, hopefully, I think they'll probably run that story again on our 11 o'clock newscast this morning. I know you can read a bunch about it. You can see some pictures on inform.com, but this morning on First News, we heard from him.
Yeah.
And his father. I know the last thing, if you're gonna watch the story, I don't want to ruin it for you, but one of the last things his dad said in the interview was, thank goodness we brought him home in the front seat of our car instead of in a box.
Yeah.
I mean, heavy words, but
Yeah,
for
he's
real.
still in pretty rough shape. If you see pictures of him, he's black and blue, a lot of scrapes,
Yeah.
obviously the injuries, but alive nonetheless and on the road to recovery. So wishing him and his family the best, of course, there.
This morning, bikers are headed home after the Sturgis motorcycle rally in South Dakota. State troopers, however, are now reporting that arrests and crashes are up significantly from last year's rally. They made more than 600 arrests during the 9-day rally, 120 of them for DUI, more than 150 were felony drug arrests. There were 120 crashes, and of those crashes, 5 people were killed, 64 people were hurt.
All right, today you can go to a movie in West Fargo. It's movie night at the Essentia Health Plaza at the Lights. Shrek will be playing. Free popcorn is going to be served, so might as well just go for that.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Lydia says the weather should be nice for tonight, so it's going to be a nice night to go out there. If you plan to go, though, probably bring your own chair and also bring whatever you want, but get there early because there's apparently going to be a lot of people that are thinking about going, at least. According to their Facebook page of the event, about 1,400 people say they hope to attend tonight, so get there early, get your good spot. It all starts at 7, so
It's kind of
enjoy
the
it.
hot spot these
Yeah,
days.
it is.
I heard Blackhawk and Sawyer Brown were at the Lights last Thursday.
Okay.
It was a sold-out show. We
Yeah.
thought about going. We couldn't even get general admission.
Wow.
I ended up going kind of last minute to Gary Allen on Saturday.
Oh.
Good crowd there. So
Yeah,
just
that's fun.
lots of stuff going on.
Active spot. It's
This
cool to
was a
see.
good family one. All right, a big national headline we continue to track for you. Maui and the deadly wildfires there. The death toll now from the fires has reached 96. It's the deadliest fire in over 100 years, according to the National Fire Protection Association. The death toll is expected to keep rising. Of course, we do know now that emergency crews are still sifting through the rubble of the burned homes and businesses. A lot of family members still looking for loved ones.
Yeah.
A majority of victims have actually been found outside of burned down structures. So still not clear the number of how many people are missing.
Yeah.
So very active still there.
Another part of that story new this morning, a new lawsuit is alleging that the blown over electrified power lines in that area actually led to the spread of the fires in Hawaii. So a lawsuit filed against Hawaii's largest electric provider, that's Hawaiian Electric Industries, says that the company chose not to de-energize their power lines during high winds and red flag warnings, even after they knew that those lines were downed. The lawsuit does not state exactly how the power lines would have ignited the fire, but Maui's mayor has acknowledged the lawsuit. However, with also saying it's not official and the cause of the fires has not been determined. But nonetheless, interesting that this has been filed, and we'll see what comes of that. So.
Absolutely. All right, Hot Mike with Dom Izzo coming up here in less than an hour, 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, also inform.com. Dom has a recap of a very busy first weekend for former Bison, pro Bison now in the NFL, including Trey Lance's return to the field. Plus, we're also following the Fargo Little Leaguers as they prepare for the World Series. This is going to be cool to listen to.
Yeah.
He has 2 past head coaches that will join him in studio to chat about their teams and how their teams maybe set this team up for success.
Cool stuff. All right, and don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to Inform.com. Just visit Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And next newscast at 11 this morning, and then we have you covered this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10, and we'll be back tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
That's right. Enjoy your day, folks. Bye-bye.